Hi there, my name's Adolfo G. Cabañas. Just call me Rudy for short. I am a lupus patient on end-stage renal disease, or ESRD. I have lupus nephritis, which is why my kidneys shut down on me, or started shutting down on me. I've had lupus since 2000 and since the year 2000, since the millennium. I became a below the knee amputee at the year 2001. Let's see. I am currently in dialysis and on dialysis. My start time is usually around 8:30. I'm supposed to be here by 8:15 to get prepped. Let's see. I'm gonna show you a quick glimpse of the machine and the 16 gauge needles that they usually put on my arm. So we're gonna start off with that right now. So those are the needles. It's a arterial and a venous needle that they stick into your arm. As you can tell, there's two of them. Just gonna follow it around. That's just the machine where your blood goes into, of course, saline. Alright, so blood goes in, so pretty simple. Blood goes into that machine, gets dialyzed, brings back clean blood back into your system, hence the venous and the arterial. Venous takes blood out, arterial, cleaner blood. Couple questions that my friend Luke Seifert, my good friend Luke Seifert, wanted to know about was how long does it take to be on the machine? It takes approximately, on the machine, it's 8 hours. 8 hours straight, unless, of course, if you ask if you have to go to a restroom and they take you off the machine, then of course it's going to take longer than that. Let's see, other questions I says. Does it make me feel any different? Yes, it does make me feel very different. While you are on the machine, you don't feel tired. Not as much. But if too much fluid was taken off, then you feel dead tired by the time you get off. There is a possibility of cramping if they take too much fluid as well, or if you have eaten a lot of sodium during that time, during these past 2 days. If you ate a lot of sodium, high possibility that you're gonna start cramping. Mostly because, of course, salt retains to water, or water retains to salt. Vice versa, whatever. So yeah, there is a huge difference when how you feel when you're trying to recuperate. For example, the day of getting being on nocturnal dialysis, it feels great. You don't feel too bad because you replenished that fluid that you gained, so you don't feel too bad. You feel pretty good, pretty decent. But getting off of the machine, though, you feel kind of weary. You feel very tired. You just want to go home and sleep, and it's usually what I do on a general occasion. I go back home and sleep for a couple hours to regain my strength, at least as much as I can, or regain some type of strength back. Let's see. Do people treat me differently? Yes, they do treat me differently. Sometimes people assume that scar on my hand is because of drug use or something random like that. So it is kind of hard. It is hard to differentiate. Yeah, you do get treated different. Let's see. One good example is when every time I get, I have a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies under addiction counseling, and every time I get interviewed, they ask me, or some of the questions are, well, what would prevent you from being able to work? And of course, I tell them, well, I am on dialysis, and sometimes I feel really tired. Well, guess what? As soon as I tell them that, that's a basic no-no for them, and they will not. I wouldn't hear from them back again. One of them was an on-call position, and they wouldn't want to work. They didn't want to work around my schedule at all. So, kind of rough, but it's the truth. Let's see. How does dialysis affect my lifestyle? Well, let's say, for example, your friends want to go out on a Thursday night. Well, guess what? You have to decide whether you want to do dialysis, feel better the next day, get that fluid off, the fluid weight gain that you got, or, go out, hang out with friends. So, of course, yeah, it affects your lifestyle pretty bad. Unfortunately, you do have to choose the better of the two, and of course, sometimes life is a little bit more important than having to, hang out with friends. Unfortunately, the experience on dialysis, the experience being a dialysis patient is it's hard to explain. It's just you wish it would be easier for for a patient, but it isn't. Especially when you have to see certain doctors, and it's time consuming. 8 hours at one night for 3 times a week. That is a very long time. Very long time. So, dialysis from a patient's perspective, it is rough. It beats you down little by little. I've been on dialysis for the past since 2011, and it has been really hard. You have to make choices that's either for your health or if you want to just have fun. It's a choice, and of course you're gonna choose your health. Well, at least I hope you do. If you don't, well, I don't know what you think. I don't know what to think about you, but whatever. You learn to live. You learn to adapt. Apparently, as human beings, we all learn to adapt certain lifestyles. Unfortunately, my lifestyle is coming here 3 times a week for 8 hours every time. So 18, 16. So 24 hours a week. Yes, I'm pretty sure. And then it is painful whenever they insert the 2 needles, the arterial and the venous needle, 16 gauge needles. It is painful. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, but there are creams like lidocaine, creams like that kind of help you with the pain, but not really much helpful, to be honest. Could cause more scarring, heavy scarring on the arm or on wherever they insert the needles. Let's see. Besides that, you'd wish that. Oh yeah, and restriction on what you eat. Not too much sodium. You cannot eat sodium. You have to have a high protein diet, since whatever that machine filters out, it takes out just about everything, and it wears you out like no other afterwards. So yeah, a couple of things that you have to be careful about is how much phosphorus you have. Every month they do labs, and if your phosphorus is high, or also how much fluids could you actually intake. So your usual the regular is like from 2 to 3 kilograms is what you should usually your weight should fluctuate from on every time you come into treatment. Unfortunately, my weight gain is anywhere from 3 to 4 kilos, so double of whatever they require. Sometimes even worse, unfortunately. So yeah, dialysis, it is hard. It is tough, especially when you have lupus and you're a below knee amputee. Your leg gets too swollen because you have drank too much fluids, and it doesn't want to fit in your prosthetic. Well, guess what? Then it causes sores on the back of your leg. So you're just like, great, what else could happen? It's part of life. Learn to adapt. And then I work also part-time for O'Reilly Auto Parts. So I'm surprised I'm even employed, to be honest. I'm very surprised. Unfortunately, I can't really hold a full-time job per se, not unless they're willing to work around my time, which around my schedule, which I really doubt that. Besides that, it is hard, but like I said, you learn to adapt. And there isn't any possibility of them duplicating a kidney, even just a fake one, somehow. And that'd be great. I think that would definitely change a lot of people's lives. Somebody has to invent it at some point. So, have at it. This video is definitely for my good friend Luke Seifert. I know he's been wanting to. He had asked me to see if I could make a video like this, and hope he enjoys it. Hope he gets an A. Thanks. Have a good one.